Sup guys, Spacey here, and since it's the twilight period of 2021, I decided to do a quick retrospective on the year itself to cap it off. Unlike last year, which was unscripted, this will be scripted. The reason for this change is that it not only felt unprofessional, but I also missed on some critical info as well, which was also why I made that reaction to Brackets 2020 video, since I wanted to add some extra info I felt was missing in the 2020 retrospective. Other than that, this is the same old retrospective as always, so let's go. So yeah, 2021 has been an odd year, hasn't it? 2021 being the year we are transitioning, at least hopefully, out of a pandemic and trying to restart for a more better, optimistic future. All while still having pandemic fears and 2020 doomerisms creeping in, mostly from the leftists and Soviet Twitter users who think one negative thing means the end of the universe. Certainly an odd vibe, but one which has been better overall, and one which I quite like, really. Even as someone who thought 2020 was just kinda boring, I think it's equal to 2018 for me, for being a year with lots of positives but some negatives hampering it down. Many others have felt more extreme reaction toward this year, but for me it was pretty good with nothing I really feel too strongly about, unlike last year which had many. 2021 also being a year where I got back into the swing of things when it comes to content, which I'll talk about later. As for my personal life, it felt rather interesting to say the very least, with lots of things going all over the place. Though it wasn't too interesting in the grand scheme of things. January felt the most 2020-like to me in this year, though I was very glad to remove a lot of the 2020 burdens and to get away from the 2020 bad jokes, though they would easily get replaced by another thing I'll get to later. It was here that I not only started to find my footing in video success, but I'm also starting to get back into art, albeit more slowly than I reasonably like to. So yeah, that's pretty much all for January, nothing too special, but I did join Pillow Fort this month, just before they had their little maintenance thing for a few months, and yeah, that completely sucked. Well, I guess I need to join somewhere else in the meantime. February felt the same for me, but now with full confidence posting my art, making a new grounds for my art as well since Pillow Fort was down and stayed down for a long while. Confidence was growing though, and everything was looking fine and swell. Then March happened and it basically changed my worldview. The first thing was NFTs, which I originally joined the hype for, but later found to be obnoxious and like a combination of those 2020 bad jokes and those obnoxious Twitter accounts that say, "Character you like supports trans rights, tapes maps." And I found NFTs to be very underrated and a good option under a more objective lens that's not SJW driven. And the hate was over-exaggerated, clout-chasey, and with stuff that isn't even exclusive to it. And the shifting the blame wasn't going to solve any of the problems NFTs got pinned with, even if I also don't like the dirty laundry NFTs may have. Next was the Jacob Leonard drama, which was cancel culture at its finest. Basically, old dirt which didn't apply to him anymore being put on him by SJWs. It was to the point of harassment. I did briefly believe it when the trans sob story came out, but then I realized it's not true, and that was all just misconstrued semantics combined with cancel culture. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna really do the video on Leonard anymore. I think I'm gonna stop because Leonard actually did DM me mentioning the video and how it's a bad idea, but who knows if that's ever gonna come out at this point. Maybe, maybe not, but who knows. That's all I basically got to say on that. Both events made me realize SJW propaganda was ruining people by putting them into these cults, and that they're trying to manipulate people into these very evil and very irrational people. And it's gonna ruin the world if this issue was left unattended. The realization came more suddenly, but by July I realized the truth, and it was never the same again. Beyond this point, nothing too special really happened. I opened up my server in April for my mutuals to talk with me, and the Trolls and Critique got me back into the cartoony, semi-anime artist community, or Toonheads for short, and it allowed me to share my art better and analyze the more odd side of the community. But other than that, it was just me vibing and attempting to reconnect with mutuals and making new ones along the way as well. By the end of the year though, I thought I was very burned out, and I wanted to rest after the Wogglebug video. And while I already took a hiatus in June, I still felt I was constantly pressured. I also got an art tablet for Christmas, so it was all good. So yeah, I didn't have that special of a year, but I still managed to be very productive this year, made lots of content, and it wasn't bad outside the NFT wanting a Jacob Leonard cancellation. Certainly better than 2020, that's for sure. In fact, it was actually pretty good as long as you were not a doomer like those liberals on Twitter are. As for content, I felt it was really good this year, though there is quite the quality gap when it comes to reviews and critiques, so let's go over what I made this year. First, we have the package fandom video, and this is the video that really put me on the map, with this being the first really successful video and my first modern video to have over 1K views, and yeah, it still really holds up. Sure, the delivery was kind of bland, but I still love the points made, and it really did change the trajectory, not only for my channel, but also with the package fandom as well, which really shows the impact the video left. Overall, a banger video. Next we have the Q&A video, and I don't have much to say, but I do like it despite the fact that it felt a bit outdated. And it was the first video to feature my OCs as Avatar, so yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, overall, I really like the video a lot. Next we have the Stupid and Bears review, and it was the best review I made this year, or hell, possibly of all time, since it had passion and great points. Compared to my other reviews, this one's amazing, but I still think the video was kinda short and the delivery was kind of mid at times. Still, a video I like, and it probably holds up pretty well. The Trollsome critique is next, and while I already mentioned it got me back into the cartoony, semi-anime artist/tuna community, it also got me a renewed interest in Trollsome, for many others outside myself as well. And after following him more, yeah, he's gotten worse. Seriously, Trollsome's so brain dead, not only in terms of responses, but also what he posts. It's pretty fucking incredible. One creepy anomaly, that's for sure. I also found Jod manipulating him as well, which not only adds validity in Trollsome being brain deadness, maybe even Down syndrome, but it's also very scummy on Jod's ends as well, if it turns out Trollsome is very low functioning on the spectrum, which he might be, though don't treat my theories as 100% academic credits. I'm just speculating here. Back onto the video though, I really did like it, but I did word some stuff strangely, and I made some mistakes in the video that I really felt like I should have corrected, but I guess at that point it was too late for me to really correct myself, but it was still a pretty good video overall. Even if it did make me feel like a retard at times with how many mistakes I made. Still, a video I enjoy looking back, and it was very fun to make. Girl Zone is up now, and while I did find it funny, it felt kind of unoriginal, and there wasn't a lot of content to look at. I felt it would have worked better as a part of a bigger video, but due to my strict time structure, I could not develop it further to make it better, which is very sad of me. I really wish I could have broken out of that sooner, but I guess now would be a better time than ever to break out of that. I'm going to mention it more later on, but the next two reviews, which is this one and the Cart Kings review, do suffer from that issue. But yeah, other than that, I did enjoy the review, but I felt somewhat disappointed by the results. The second part of the package fandom video also felt very undercooked, since while I did make a lot of great points there, I felt some of my critiques were rather weak and lackluster. Like Kimmy Boo's segment, where I failed to mention the same face syndrome she had, and the occasionally broken anatomy. I still like the video though, even if I would consider it my least favorite critique this year. Cart Kings is next, and while I did like the review quite a bit, it had a similar issue to the Girl Zone review where I should have put it with another game, since on its own it kind of felt like a very short and underdeveloped review. I should have put Cart Kings right next to The Dawn 2, also on PS2 released in 2013 by the same company. I still think the video was engaging and pretty good, but I still need to add more to it to make it better. The Scratch user base video was also something that existed. I liked the video, and I did cover the Scratch user base well, but I did feel like I had some filler, and I needed to trim some parts out in order to make it more impactful. Still, I liked it a lot, albeit a bit forgettable by my standards. I may cover more Scratch stuff, but I don't know at the moment. This might come in the version, it may not, but still, it's kind of unknown at the moment. Still a video I like pretty much though, as of now. Finally, we have the Wogglebug video, and I really went all out with the ending with this one, and I really did enjoy it. Sure, this is my least developed thoughts of all of them, but it really did feel like a highlight of 2021 for me, because I never edited as much as that video. It was kind of growing, but the effort was certainly worth it. I'll love to do these more types of roasty videos, but who knows if that'll ever happen. I just need to find more material that's more roast worthy. Overall, another banger video. That's all for videos, and overall, it's a major improvement in terms of analytics and in terms of viewer retention. I finally got an audience who likes my content and stays for future material. I also got a major sub boost as well, going from just over 100 near the beginning of the year to just under 250 near the end of the year. I would like to do another Q&A if we reach a full fat 250 subs, but as of now, I'm thankful for the audience I do have as of now, and I'm very glad I have such a good user base. The next big thing I want to improve for next year is to make my game reviews more impactful, and the lower the stress it takes to make a new video, since it's taken its toll on me over the year, but I will elaborate that more in the future plans section. Outside of videos, I also did do art, something I was on and off about before 2021, and now not only have I improved majorly, even more so than the 2018 iPad transition, but now I've been even more consistent with my works, and I'm more willing to share my OC lore. I've mainly improved with anatomy and character design, and the big things I want to do next year are shading and proper backgrounds. Still, I'm very happy with the output, and with me getting an art tablet for Christmas, I can consistently get more art out digitally only as well. No more awkward taking photos of sketches, all this making me more willing to do art and improve even more. I have even more detailed thoughts on the art in the art summary on other platforms, but I explain my art improvement good enough here for those who just want a basic overview of my art. I just hope Pillow Fort doesn't go kapoots and shut down in 2022. That's just my big overall fear for the year. Finally, here are the future plans I have for my content and me going forward. First off, I decided to drop the one video per month thing. While it doesn't affect my critiques much, longer time spent will definitely help with the game reviews. I even have a half-completed script for my next game review as well, so stay tuned for that. Another reason I'm dropping the one video per month thing is to get some IRL stuff done, since I'm quickly going to be getting my license, if no whiny people get in the way, and college for cybersecurity, which will take lots of time. One benefit to the IRL stuff will be driving to more places and gaining my independence more, which will hopefully allow me to do more of my goals I want and to do some more stuff with collecting. I could also sneak in an upgrade here or there as well, so yeah, that's also something you might see. Another thing I want to do this year is to make a personal website. I want something a little bit more advanced than the Linktree, but less girly than the card, so hopefully that'll come. I've been working on it pretty consistently since November, and I hope to get it out for 2022. But that's all I really have to say here in terms of future plans. I'm just trying to go with the flow and see what's coming up as the year goes on. I certainly know that it's going to be a big ride as I turn 18, so I hope you all ready for that big ride. In the meantime though, this is Spacey signing off, and here's to hoping 2022 will be good and we will make great progress. Bye!